Stop scrolling right now, because this news might actually give you chills if you're ARMY. Flush face. Welcome back to Jikook Lover, your ultimate source for the hottest, most emotional, and most shocking updates in the world of BTS. Before we go any further, don't forget to like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe right now, because what you're about to hear today might be one of the most historic moments in K-pop history. Imagine this: a performer, a dancer, someone people often underestimated when it came to music creation, suddenly, quietly, making history behind the scenes. And now the question is, what is really happening with Park Jimin? Why is the number 22 sending the entire fandom into shock? And is this just the beginning of something much bigger, something we haven't even realized yet? Stay with me, because this is not just news, this is a story that might change the way you see Jimin forever. No one saw this coming. In a world where K-pop moves faster than ever, where comebacks, charts, and headlines change by the hour, something quietly appeared. Not with a loud announcement, not with a dramatic reveal. Just a number. 22. Simple, ordinary, easy to overlook. And yet, somehow, it changed everything. Because now, that number is officially attached to the name Park Jimin, and suddenly, fans all over the world are asking the same question. When did this happen? Because for years, the world has known Jimin as something very specific. A performer who commands the stage. A dancer whose movements feel almost unreal. A voice that carries emotion in a way that words alone cannot explain. But what if that was never the full story? What if, while the spotlight was focused on his performances, something else was happening in the background? Something quieter, something deeper, something no one was really paying attention to. Because recognition from the Korea Music Copyright Association is not just symbolic. It is not casual. It is not something given lightly. It is legal recognition. Proof that an artist has directly contributed to the creation of music. The lyrics, the melody, the very essence of a song. And now, Jimin's name is officially tied to 22 songs. Not one, not a handful. 22. And suddenly, everything feels different. Because this doesn't feel like a coincidence. It doesn't feel sudden. It feels like something that has been building, slowly, quietly over time. And maybe that's what makes it even more powerful. Because now people are going back, rechecking, reanalyzing, looking at old songs, reading credits more carefully, trying to connect pieces that were always there but never fully noticed. And the deeper they look, the clearer one thing becomes. This was never accidental. This was a journey. Think about it. Behind the intense schedules, behind rehearsals that never seem to end, behind cameras, interviews, global tours, there are moments no one sees. Moments of silence. Moments where ideas are formed. Where emotions are translated into lyrics. Where melodies are born not for the stage, but for something more personal. And maybe that's where it all started. Was Jimin writing all this time? Was there a side of him, quietly growing, evolving, waiting? And if so, why does it feel like we're only discovering it now? Some fans believe this is simply evolution. That over the years, Jimin has naturally grown as an artist, exploring deeper layers of music, learning the craft beyond performance. But others think this is something bigger. A shift, a turning point. Because in K-pop, when an idol begins to gain recognition as a creator, everything changes. Their voice becomes more than sound. It becomes identity. It becomes authorship. It becomes power. And that changes how the industry sees them, how producers see them, how history will remember them. And now, with 22 songs officially under his name, the question becomes impossible to ignore. Is this just the beginning? Because if this is where Jimin stands now, where does it go from here? Will we start to see him take on even more creative control? Will future projects carry more of his personal touch? Or is there something even bigger waiting ahead? Something no one is fully prepared for? Because imagine this for a second. An album, not just performed by Jimin, but shaped by him, written by him, driven by his thoughts, his emotions, his perspective without filters. What would that sound like? What would that feel like? And more importantly, will the world be ready for that version of him? Because history has shown something very clear. When artists begin to take control of their own narrative, their music changes. It becomes more honest, more raw, more real, and the connection with listeners becomes deeper than ever before. And maybe that's exactly what we are witnessing right now. Maybe this isn't just about the number 22. Maybe it's about transformation. The transformation of someone the world thought it already understood into someone far more complex, far more powerful than anyone expected. And that leads to a question that's almost impossible to ignore. Did we underestimate Jimin all this time? Or is this part of a much bigger story, one that is only just beginning to unfold? Because if Jimin has reached this point quietly without making noise, then what else haven't we seen? What else is still hidden? And the most chilling thought of all, could his next move completely redefine not only his career, but his place in the global music industry? Because history doesn't always arrive loudly. Sometimes it happens in silence, and we only realize it when everything has already changed. So now, after everything you've just heard, do you think this is just another achievement from an idol? And maybe that's the most unsettling part of all, because the more people begin to pay attention, the more questions start to surface. Not simple questions, not surface-level curiosity, but deeper ones, the kind that linger, the kind that refuse to go away. If this level of recognition didn't happen overnight, then how long has this been building? How many moments were there where ideas were written down, erased, rewritten, while the world was busy watching something else? And even more importantly, how much of Jimin's artistry have we actually missed? Because when an artist evolves quietly, without announcing every step, the result often feels like a sudden explosion. But in reality, it's never sudden. It's layered, it's intentional, it's patient, and that patience might be exactly what makes this moment feel so powerful. Fans are starting to notice subtle shifts, not just in credits, but in expression, in performances that suddenly feel more personal, in songs that hit differently, as if there's something unspoken beneath the surface. And it makes you wonder, were there clues all along? Moments where Jimin revealed pieces of himself, but no one fully understood at the time? Because sometimes, the biggest transformations don't come with announcements. They come with silence. And then suddenly, everything makes sense all at once. But here's where things become even more intriguing. Recognition like this doesn't just change how fans see an artist. It changes how the industry responds. Producers start listening differently. Collaborators start paying attention more closely. Opportunities shift. And when that happens, the path ahead is no longer predictable. So what happens next? Does Jimin step further into this role, embracing it openly, taking control of his creative direction in a way we haven't seen before? Or does he continue moving quietly, building something even bigger behind the scenes? Because there's also another possibility, one that fans can't stop thinking about. What if this isn't even the peak? What if 22 songs is just the foundation? Because history has shown that when an artist reaches this point, when recognition meets experience, something new is born. A new identity, a new sound, a new era. And if that era is coming, then we might be standing at the very edge of it without even realizing. Which leads to one final, unavoidable question. When the next chapter of Park Jimin begins, will it confirm everything we think we know about him, or completely shatter it?